Hey, hi, Lisa Marie here. We are going to continue reading in our book, The Bariatric Code by Dr. Stephen Reyes. We are now in chapter 9. We've gone through a couple of subheadings. This new subheading is now called Legs of Support. Let me press go on the timer, and here we go. Legs of support. Ideally, the patient's new system will eventually contain two legs of support to stand on: peer and professional support. The peer relationships can develop from a variety of things like the weight loss surgery community itself, people they meet at events like obesity walks and bariatric conferences, and out of healthy relationships with their loved ones. The professional relationships can be a little more challenging to develop. Depending on the person's financial situation, they may have the ability to have a bariatric coach or therapist who is educated and experienced in bariatrics. Otherwise, their professional relationship may be with a leader of a support group or their dietitian from their bariatric program. I've had I have had I have met many patients from across the country at different bariatric events, or they will keep in touch via social media by being an active follower. The main reason these relationships are so important to have in place is that it helps take the pressure and expectation off their significant other and direct family members who live in the home. The reality is, as much as anyone would like to fulfill 100% of your person's needs, you can't. In fact, no one can. We're simply not equipped to do so. We need complementary relationships to fill in the gaps that we cannot always fill. Needs are more efficiently met by committee. Ooh, I'm going to keep on going. Next heading is the influencers. Because bariatrics is such a specialized field, you cannot always assume people understand the lifestyle requirements due to the anatomical changes. This point is especially true when it comes to social media and self-proclaimed experts with weight loss surgery. These include people who work in behavioral health, medicine, nutrition, and coaching. An educated weight loss surgery patient will have a better chance at choosing people who will not misguide them. History has taught us that health trends can sometimes work more for the detriment of our health than the benefit of it, right? Popularity is often not the measure of competence or effectiveness. Sadly, we measure someone's credibility on likes and follows when these two metrics may not make someone an expert in anything. Getting connected with professionals who are affiliated with their bariatric program can serve as being a lifelong resource in making sure one is always on the right track. Amen. There are so many sites and pages in the world of social media that are what I would consider junk food. Their focus is usually more on being cool and entertaining and promoting whatever the popular health trends are. And remember, there are so many people being paid to promote pills, plans, injections, and other podcasts where they simply view you as a customer, much like the fast food or soda industry. It's easy for them to do this because all they do is recycle and regurgitate other people's sketchy information. While being entertaining is important, quality information is more important. Some of the biohackers, influencers, and multi-level marketing companies are great at creating amazing, semi-believable claims with their own research to back them up. They are known for paying people for testimonies. Sadly, I have had my clients be approached by these companies to use their before and after testimonies. You may be drawn to these influencers because subscribing to what is popular will give you a sense of belonging. None of us want to feel different. We want to feel normal. And while doing what we perceive as right by popular opinion can be attractive, it isn't always the right thing or the healthy thing. Wow, true. And the next part is a little bit longer. I'm going to keep on going. Instead of chit-chatting for 5 minutes, I'm just going to keep on going because the timer's getting ready to say up. So regarding advice, I've told pre-surgery patients that some of the best information and advice they will ever hear will come from another weight loss surgery patient. I've also warned them the worst information and advice they will ever hear will come from another weight loss surgery patient, right? Sometimes these folks are patients who become coaches after surgery and have never been properly trained in counter transference. Their emotional reactions to someone they're coaching that are influenced by their own unresolved issues. This means they may not have awareness of their own bias and could give advice that isn't objective and in the best interest of their client, right? Beware of people who specialize in trauma because they tend to generalize issues and see most life events as such. Bad things happen to people, and that doesn't mean it's necessarily trauma. In my experience, many times they keep people in their distress and don't provide skills for moving on from the past. Amen. Social media will contain opinions, speculations, and bias in abundance. Who someone follows is important because of the place of influence they put in that person. And some people just aren't equipped to handle that place of influence in a healthy way. People enjoy being in that position of power because they have a captive audience where others will listen to them, especially during the times of struggle and plateau. The weight loss surgery patient can become susceptible to misinformation out of desperation. Been there. During these times, they will search for solutions, anything that will get them out of the distress they're experiencing. Having access to bariatric professionals who can assist someone in that struggle can help them avoid sabotage. Quality information and advice can be a catalyst for overcoming any obstacle on the bariatric journey, right? Where bad information can take someone down the road they don't really want to be on. Recently, I had a client put it this way: the problem with following the wrong people is that you think just because they're doing it, it must be okay. Careful who you follow. Next subheading, relationship summary. Relationships will always be important because you're a relational being. Nothing gives you a sense of belonging and contributes to your identity like relationships. Having supportive connections and being part of a solid community is vital for long-term success. I agree. Almost every long-term post-op patient will testify to the importance of community. Who a weight loss surgery patient surrounds themselves with is a vital aspect for maintaining their health. Ideally, they will have a balance of relationships, including those who have had weight loss surgery and those who haven't, but are supportive in their lifestyle and self-care, right? And for those folks who are a negative influencer, you need to develop skills to set appropriate boundaries to limit their effect on you and living to your bariatric code. Once you've established boundaries and balance, the right support system helps you maintain them. And just like one's identity can be over attributed to having obesity, I wouldn't want anyone to have their identity over attributed to weight loss surgery either. You are more than just weight loss surgery patient. You are a multifaceted being, and it's important that you don't get lost in any single aspect of who you are, right? Having a balance of relationships, interests, and activities will help you manage what your identity is attributed to. And as it pertains to your relationships, remember, you train other people to have an expectation of you. Be mindful of what you allow from others. If you allow unhealthy behavior from those around you, there is no incentive for them not to act in those ways. You are to be your own advocate as far as what you tolerate in relationships. It is not worth it to compromise. Amen. That is the end of chapter 9. Wow. And there's the timer. No 5 minutes of chit chat, just 10 minutes of reading. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, we will start chapter 10, which is support people. Taken from a little bit more detailed information. So there you have it, today's reading of the Bariatric Code by Dr. Stephen Reyes. See you tomorrow.